my feel-good breakfast show.
A feel-good breakfast show. This is Expresso. Thanks so much for joining us on our exciting and busy show today. Well, exciting news. Private Property has created a unique section on their website where you can explore neighborhoods and find out which one fits you best. Well, in studio this morning, Simon Bray, CEO of Private Property, and Ewan and him, they are discussing neighborhoods, and the focus is on Fourways.
Well, once again this morning, we're helping you find your perfect neighborhood. With an abundance of restaurants, shopping malls, office parks, hotels and private schools, Fourways is an exclusive neighborhood with a high demand when it comes to property. But is this the neighborhood for you? Private Property launched their campaign Neighbourhoods, which gives you a glimpse into our South African neighborhoods. And Simon Bray, CEO of Private Property, is here to tell us a bit more about the Fourways area. Simon, nice to have you back with us, brother.
Good to be here.
Yeah, Fourways. I've always liked Fourways, man. You know, it takes me back into my history, my school days, Randburg, Fourways. You know.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, love it, love it. Had a nice jaw in Fourways. But we're talking about it as a neighborhood potentially for living there. What makes this area so, so high in demand for property owners?
Well, I mean, one of the things you touched on actually was just the fun and the entertainment value that Fourways offers. And, I mean, you've got a lot of brilliant attractions in the area. You've got Monte Casino, you've got Fourways Mall, Broadacres, Cedar Lakes. So there's an abundance of activities for you and your family to enjoy on a weekend. So I think that's one of the draw cards around Fourways area. The other is just that it's certainly a growth node in Johannesburg. You know, Johannesburg is booming as an economy and as a property market, and you're seeing a lot of growth, and most of it is happening in that northern hub between Johannesburg, traditional CBD, and Pretoria. And Fourways sits slap bang in the middle there, and it's one of the fastest growing areas. It's certainly one of the areas that we're watching very closely from a property point of view. And you can see why. You know, a lot of people moving into the area when they want to purchase their first home. It's a great investment opportunity as well.
Yeah, and I think it's also nice that you've got the airport close by, Lanseria Airport just down the road.
That's true. You actually got two options. You know, you can either fly out of Tambo or Lanseria. So
yeah,
that
nice and
certainly
central.
helps. Yeah.
Nice and central. So looking at the property market, what type of property would the Fourways area include?
Well, I think this is one of the most interesting things about the area and how it's developing. You know, the traditional mindset of South Africans has been, give me this big 4 or 5 bedroom home, give me a big piece of land, and that's how I want to live. But what we're seeing in Fourways is a trend towards more modern living that we might see in some first world nations in Europe or the States. You're seeing smaller homes, energy efficient homes, easier to maintain, certainly a trend towards sectional title and community living for the safety and security options that offers. So Fourways is interesting in that respect. We're definitely seeing all the new growth in sectional title and smaller, more modern living.
And I think another thing that makes this such an attractive area is the fact that it's one of the fastest growing business and also residential areas in South Africa.
Absolutely. I mean, the growth there has been phenomenal. I think we've been talking a little bit about it already, but there's definitely no end in sight. It really does continue to grow and boom. And that's driving one area of the market which is very interesting, corporate rentals. So Fourways is becoming very sought after for corporates to place their employees or their contract workers in. So you'll find the options to invest in property, particularly those sectional title lock-up and go type properties, and then place a corporate rental are very high. And that's obviously, if you're a private investor, that's a great thing to know that the rental's backed not only by a private individual, but by ultimately a big business, a big corporate. So it's a good investment opportunity as well.
Absolutely. Well, it's definitely got the makeup of the perfect neighborhood. But in terms of the type of person, the demographic, you know, what would this area suit most?
You know, typically this is a first-time buyers market or certainly young families market. They're looking for the safety and security. They're looking for the access to the corporate environments close by. And so you're seeing a lot of people between 30 and 40 buying into the neighborhood. In fact, when we profiled Fourways, we chose South African motocross champion Brian Kappa and his family, and he's just moved into the area. And one of the things he particularly likes is, you mentioned the Lanseria just outside, but that whole area out to the cradle of humankind is a great cycling opportunity. And cycling is the fastest growing sport in South Africa. So you're seeing a lot of guys living in the Fourways area so that they can cycle every morning. Which is also interesting.
I love the Fourways area, man. So lastly, just your tip of the day when it comes to Fourways.
Well, I mean, any neighborhood is important to check out what the key elements of that neighborhood are before you move in. When you're talking Fourways, a great opportunity that I think people are missing is this corporate rental opportunity. So our tip of the day would certainly be look for a great investment opportunity and place a corporate tenant.
All right, Simon, thank you so much for joining us, man. Really appreciate it. Well, if you ever considered living in Fourways now, you have enough information to make that decision. But deciding on the neighbourhood you want to stay in is really now easy as 1, 2, 3. All you need to do is log on to www.privateproperty.co.za and let them guide you through the right neighbourhood perfect for you.
Whether it's your first apartment in the city, a trendy suburban townhouse, or that dream family home on a golf estate, there's a home for everyone on Private Property.